wolf among sheep. I'm currently sitting in this room surrounded by 19 people of different races and cultures. Some are white, some are black, some are Asian, and yet we're all the same. The only difference between me and them is the fact that they seem so oblivious, so happy, and so careless. They talk about world problems and which movie to watch tonight. 4 of them are having a presentation in front of me, with a PowerPoint intended to convince us that food is a problem in some parts of the world, and how we can solve it. This is ridiculous. Seeing them just blabbering and talking, and yet at the end going home and not giving yet another thought about it. They all go back to their little lives, unaware of what's lurking and watching their every move once the sun starts going down. There's a girl here whom I talked with earlier, and she's that self-conscious type of person who doesn't do anything to hurt her health. She eats vegetarian food, works out each and every day. She doesn't go to bed after 2300 so she can get a very good night rest. She doesn't use products which harm her health, etc., etc. We all know at least one of these kinds of persons, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I wonder if she knows how all her efforts could mean absolutely nothing in less than a second. I wonder if she ever thought about the fact that all she does, she makes her more prone to being observed by the ones who hunt. They have no clue, absolutely not the slightest idea, that such a thing is more than just a fairy tale, that those who are not of man walk among us like they are. Watch us and show a subtle smile each time a thought of how good we would look in their fangs crosses their mind. The sun is shining brightly right now, snow is clearing and birds are singing. There's absolutely no indication that danger is just around the corner. Everything is peaceful and nice, and nothing, ever, warns you of what's going to happen. We're all here, chatting and going around our lives. And once, I was like them. But now I cannot be as I was before, because you see, every once in a while, rarely, but enough to remind me of what's out there, I pass down the street, or maybe just spot someone standing next to me, or find someone in a sea of people, someone who shouldn't be there, someone who doesn't fit in, someone that, like the others, is oblivious that I know, and I don't say a thing. And I don't act like I would know anything. Yet I know that the wolf is in the middle of the sheep, wearing an almost perfect disguise. Almost. Because I can see through it. So what made me write this post right now, instead of the next part of the story? Don't worry, the next part is already written, and I will post it in the following hours. But right now, this is what's important. This made me write the post. Today was one of those days. The sun is brighter than you could imagine. It's like it gathered all its strength over the winter, and now is shining with all it can muster, as in an act of revenge for being pushed out from our lives for all this time. Today was one of those days when I walked, just like the people around me, oblivious to what's watching me, towards a new day in my life. Towards new mindless chatter, towards new things that make no sense and help me in my life be any better or any happier. Yet we all do it every day because we need to continue living. But today was different. Today was one of those days when in the middle of the flock there was that wolf I was talking about, laughing, chatting, acting exactly like we do. Yet something was not of this world about him, and I knew, and he knew I knew, yet didn't care, and nobody else had any suspicion and any clue that something was not how it should have been. I mean, how could they? How could anyone expect such a being to be in their midst on such a beautiful and sunny day? How could he, right? I mean, he's nothing more than a figment of our imagination. Nonsense. It's fairy tales and nothing more. Let's go back to our tea, which is getting cold. That's the harsh reality, and we have to face it, no? No dark creature of hell can walk freely under the sun, under the warm sun. That is life itself. Right? Wrong. For there he stood, smiling and waiting, because it was not long before he made his move, and I could do nothing to stop it, nor did I want to. Why should I? Why should I interfere? Nobody denied me lunch today. Nobody told me I have no right to eat that steak because an animal was murdered to get it. No. So I let it pass, and he, just as oblivious as they are, had no idea that I'm watching and understanding everything he did. For it is so rare when the watcher is being watched himself. And just as he came, he was gone. But one of us was gone with him, just as always. So I want to remind you once again, what is the purpose of this blog? It is not to entertain you, even if it does. It is not to scare you, even if it does. It is to prepare you and make you aware that the world is not what Hollywood shows you it is. This blog is to make you aware. Then one of those days will come to you too. A wolf, every now and then, will pass you by on the street or any other place you could imagine. And maybe, if you have enough sense of observation and a passion for details, maybe you'll see the sheep for what he really is. And pray to whoever you believe in that he will pass you by and not stop to look at you. For that is all it takes, a look. And he has already decided what his menu will be for today. It might sound funny or entertaining, but it's not. It starts like any other day, and you think nothing more about it. You don't see it, you don't notice it, but at the corners of your eyes, behind you, under you, and all around you, things are happening. Birds are singing, animals are running, people are walking hurried to their homes. They chat and laugh and eat. Ants are restless like always, and other things are happening too. Someone else is feeding, someone else is watching. And just as you don't see so many things, you don't see them either. Because behind closed doors, behind corners, behind a shadow that obscures, vampires are feeding. The big bad wolf is not really a wolf. Mio Klava.